Hello, my loves, and welcome to Love Self-Discovery, a place where you discover who you truly are and who you truly want to be in the world today, all by asking yourself those really hard questions and getting right to the point. Today's topic is all about struggling between where you are and where you want to be. And I can tell you I'm in the midst of this, and so I really want to come to you from my heart, from my mind, from my spirit, and hopefully connect with you on a place where this will lead us to freedom, to being able to get to where we want to be, but still finding that comfort and that peace in where we are in this moment. So to get you kind of to where I'm at with this is I have been in the restaurant business since I was 18 years old. And I'm 32 now. It's been some time that I've been in the restaurant business. And it took me time to really get out of not wanting to go to school. I went to school for so long and I did it all. I went to the farthest point of getting my nursing degree, almost literally getting into nursing school. And I couldn't get myself to want to take the last test. I did every single prerequisite I needed. I did all my labs. I got everything. I was literally at point of getting into school. All I needed to do was get my entrance exam. And I never went. I told myself that is a commitment that if I decided to do that, it was going to take me somewhere where I truly didn't want to go. And to waste the time and to waste the money on something and then to look back and have to get out of it, it was a step that I didn't want to take. And in having to do that, that meant that I was going to be at the restaurant longer. That meant I had to start pivoting. I had to start realizing where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. And it took a lot of self-awareness. It took a lot of kind of openness to start stepping outside of my comfort zone, out of my family's comfort zone, because my family means a lot to me and their opinions always really weighed a lot upon me. And that was my own personal aspects. And so that was one of the biggest dynamics that kind of was holding me back into really searching into what I wanted to do with myself. And still being at the restaurant at 32 years old has gotten me into really weird places. And now I've always I went from dancing and I went through all these really weird phases to finally get to the point where I am today, where I have honestly found what fuels my heart, what's really passionate to me, which is speaking to the hearts and the minds of the people, to bring self-awareness to the world, to understand that you have the power inside of you. And I found this power inside of me by doing the hard work, by analyzing myself, by going to doing Reiki and hypnosis and getting certified for life coaching. I dove so deep into this world of self-awareness that I call it, because I don't call it spirituality. I don't call it religion. It could be universe. It could be God. It could be whatever you want. And I really like the aspect of self-awareness because it just brings this sense of self to what it is that you want to do with your life. And it's your power. It's your head that goes down on your pillow at the end of the day. What is it that you want? And now being at this place where I found what I want. I found my mission. I found my purpose. I'm in my vibration and I'm here and I'm trying new things and I'm learning how to edit and I'm learning how to post and I'm learning this entire world of podcasting and posting and starting a YouTube channel. And it's just this expansive world that I never thought that I was going to be involved in. And with that also comes time. And that comes patience. And I'm like, man, there's so many moments where if I would have started this at 21, 10 years later, I would have been so far already with this. But barely starting this now at 32, I have to naturally be at the place where I'm working because that is what's fueled my whole life. That's what's paid my bills and made me independent since I was 18 years old. And at this point in time, it's been such a struggle because now I want to wake up every day and film better and post more and bring more awareness to the world, but then I have to do this swap and I still have to go to my restaurant job and I still have to make my money so that I can pay my bills and live the way that I've accustomed myself to living, in a sense of having all the things that I want and being able to pay the things that I desire to have. And so it's this weird pull that I've had where I'm having to find gratitude for where I am, where I'm having to find love for where I'm at. And I'm also able to understand that now I have a mission in place. I have my purpose in place. And there's nothing wrong with the restaurant business. It has fueled my entire life. I have been able to give myself all of my apartments, my cars, everything that I've ever desired. I've made myself 100% independent with working at the restaurant. And it's something that will always be a part of who I am and a part of my existence because it has shaped the person that I am. I was a very timid, shy person when I started in the industry. And I have grown now to have a voice, to have an opinion, to have a personality. And I've done it all through growing up in the restaurant business where there's so much influence with drugs and alcohol and just everything in general. And I did get lost in that environment at points, and I did get lost in so many things. But I still feel to this day that 32 is not old. And I feel sometimes that, at least speaking from this perspective in my life, that we think that society has placed us in a box where if you're in your 30s and you don't have it figured out, you're not married, you don't have kids, you don't have that dream job that you always wanted, that you're a failure in some point. And I struggled with that a lot, especially because my family is full of very successful people. My parent, everybody is in the medical field or in law enforcement. And so I have placed this kind of pressure upon myself that I'm not there. And I've always felt kind of like the ugly duckling, I guess, in the family who didn't want to go the kind of secure route in doing something that gives you that secure job and that secure payment. I wanted to go somewhere completely different, but I didn't know where I wanted to go. And I had to break so many familiar barriers to get to where I am today. And so I really want you to find the value in where you are in this moment. And understand that if you're in that tug of war thing going on, and maybe you haven't found it yet, but if you have found it, and this is directly towards those who have found it, that you're in that tug of war, you're making your videos, or you're going to that nursing school, you're going to the school that you want, you're just in that field that you want to go in and you're going in that direction, but you're also having to go to the job that makes the money so that you can live. And sometimes you want this one to go faster, so you get frustrated with where you are and you want to get rid of this because you already know that your energy and your vibration and your soul is already 10 steps ahead, but you have to do the work here to be able to get there, and you still have to go to work to make the money to pay for the things that you're living now at the moment. So how do you have that patience in the moment? How do you have gratitude in the moment of knowing that you've outgrown where you are, and yet you still have to be there because the time just isn't right yet to move on to the next step? My personal aspects that I've been growing and learning to be able to be here, to be able to go to work and not hate it, to not despise it, is to find gratitude in it. To find the love for the fact that I'm living and that I'm working in a place that has given me everything I've ever desired. I live in a beautiful home that supports, and I have my car that pays, and I can pay my bills on time, and I can pay for all of my food, and I can pay for my animals, and I can pay for extra things, and I have an abundance that I'm honestly really realizing in this moment that I haven't given gratitude for. And sometimes we take for granted the things that we have because we're not where we want to be yet. So find 5 things that you can give gratitude for where you are in your physical moment. Maybe the environment that you're in is not the best, but what can it show you about yourself? What else can you take from that environment to grow better that you can take with you to your next chapter of your life, to the next job that you have to go to? For me, I now have to remind myself daily when I walk into that restaurant that I'm learning still about people. I'm learning how to get along better with people. I'm learning how to read people's energy better. I'm learning about my own energy more than anything. How people trigger me, how sensitive I am to other people's energy, how my energy can truly affect my money and the day that I walk into because of whatever happened to me that day. I'm still learning so much about myself that it's a school that will never end. And there will be parts that I will miss when it's time to let go of this chapter. So find gratitude. Find peace in yourself. Find love for yourself, that you have found something and you're ready to move forward and you're working towards that progress. And this is a day-to-day practice of finding gratitude in the moment of where you are, when you're truly like, I'm sick and tired of this place. I don't want to be here anymore. Please just take me to the next step. Find gratitude in that moment with everything in your heart, everything in your mind, and find peace and understand when the right time is to come, it will come. And today I'll leave you with this story. I went to yoga this morning or whenever you see this, I went to yoga, and the message at the end of the class when I was sitting and meditating was, take off the pressure. Take off the pressure of having to be successful. Take off the pressure of having to be a great mom, a great dad, a great human being, a great whatever, the best of whatever. Just take off the pressure of having to already build the business and do the thing. And this is a personal thing towards me, and maybe it reflects, and maybe you can take on however it reflects or your perspective towards my story. But for me, it was something that it was time to take off the pressure. Make the videos from your heart. Do the work every day. Be consistent and take off the pressure of having it be the one that makes it or gets all the views or makes it big. Just keep doing the work. Have faith that your mission and your purpose is going to lead you to your end destination. Follow your heart and close your eyes. Take off the pressure and allow the journey to be beautiful in itself with whatever it's meant to bring you. Just don't lose sight of where you're going and always keep the vision front forward in your third eye. I love you. God bless you. Have the universe on your side. And my heart and soul is always with you. Peace and love.